My name is Kelsey and today I'll be taking you through a nice simple flow after a stressful day.
We're going to come into wide-legged child's pose first. So sitting back on the heels, making sure the big toes are touching and placing our knees to the long edge of the mat. Slowly walk your hands out to the front of the mat. You can, if your forehead doesn't touch the ground, you can put 2 fists below your forehead or just sink into the mat. Feeling the stretch through the shoulders, all the way through the back. Feeling your heart sink and melt down into the mat. Take some time just to notice how you feel. Notice your physical body. Notice how you are feeling at this moment. Maybe with the next exhale, you can feel each of the muscles start to relax. You can feel yourself going deeper and deeper into the stretch. Now take a moment to notice how you feel emotionally. Maybe you've had a really busy day and you just need to wind down a bit. Maybe your mind is going from one spot to another and you just can't find that center. If you at any point of this practice need to take a rest or you need to recenter yourself, bring yourself back to the awareness of your breath. The inhaling and exhaling through your mouth, through your nose, noticing how you're feeling, noticing the breath in that moment. So just stay here for a while and just feel yourself melting further and further into the pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Take another deep inhale here through the nose, and on the exhale, let out a big sigh. And then gently walk your hands up. We're going to find ourselves in tabletop position. So wrists under elbows, elbows under shoulders, and then your knees under your hips. Finding yourself in the flat tabletop and pulling the belly in so the tailbone tucks under. Now we're going to protract our shoulders, so pushing away with our hands in the mat. So we're pushing our shoulders out and up. We're going to warm up the spine by doing a couple of cat and cows. So inhaling, dropping the belly and looking up to the sky. Feeling that nice bend in the back, and then exhale, protracting our shoulders, arching through the back and dropping our head. Inhale, dropping the belly, arching our spine, looking up to the sky. Exhale, pushing away, arching our spine and dropping our head. Repeat this at your own breath a couple of more times just to warm up the spine. Feeling that nice stretch through the neck and through our thoracic and lumbar spine, warming up for this practice. We're going to find our tabletop position again, and then we're going to lift our left arm up to the sky, opening our heart, feeling that nice stretch in our chest. And then we're going to drop that hand and thread it through our right armpit, letting our shoulder hit the ground. Now we're going to rise up again, feeling that stretch, the open through the heart, and then threading the needle. I'm going to repeat this one more time. So rising up to the sky, and then threading the needle so our shoulder hits the ground and our side of our cheek is on the ground too. We can walk our right hand up in front of our face at the top of the mat, or we can choose to bring our arm across to the inside of our left leg, feeling that stretch through that shoulder and through the chest. Take a couple of deep breaths here, feeling the stretch, feeling yourself relax into the movement. And on the inhale, just bring your hand palm back beside the face and rise your left arm up again, opening and returning back to tabletop. We're going to repeat the same on the other side. So we're going to rise our right arm up, opening our chest, and then threading the needle through our left armpit. Rising up to the sky on the inhale, and exhale, threading the needle down. One more time, rising up to the sky, and exhale, thread the needle, placing our shoulder on the mat, our face on the mat, and bringing our left arm up towards the top of the mat or behind our back, at our lower back, to stretch that chest. Feeling the stretch through the shoulders and through the opening of the heart. Breathing here for a couple of breaths. Feeling the nice stretch. And when you're ready, bring your left palm back to the side of your face. And then push yourself up, rising to the sky, opening the chest, and then bringing your palm back down to the ground. Now from here, gonna find that steady tabletop position again, and then slowly walk our palms out to the top of the mat, but keeping the glutes off the heels. So we're going for an extended puppy pose. We'll feel this stretch really nicely through the shoulders, through the back, and through the chest. And if you can bring your glutes closer to the heels if you need a little bit more stability, or you need or you're a bit tighter in the shoulders, or you can stretch out. The further you have your glutes off the heels, the stronger it will be. And breathe and exhale deeper and deeper into this pose. Feel each of your muscles through your shoulders just relax. Inhaling and exhaling. Touching your forehead to the ground and feeling each of your muscles in your shoulders relax. And then gently walk yourself back up to tabletop. Finding that alignment again. We're going to tuck the toes and push our hips back into downward facing dog. So with downward facing dog, we're not looking for anything spectacular. The biggest, most important thing is just to have stability. So having stability through our hands, through our feet, engaging our core, and having a good bend in the knees. We don't need to have our heels on the ground. We just need to have a good bend in the knees, a solid foundation. Finding that L shape with your palms, so the thumb and index finger are slightly rotated inwards. And finding that stability through our knuckles in our hands. Maybe you'd like to start pedaling out your feet, pedaling out your legs. So popping up onto one toe and then pushing down on the other heel, and then switching sides like you're riding a bike. You may want to do like some circles or moving your hips, anything that feels good just to warm up the body. Making sure your head is heavy and your neck is long, feeling that nice strong stability in your feet, in your palms, and tucking your belly in, pulling your belly in and setting your hips up to the sky. Take a couple of breaths here. And then go up on your tippy toes and look forward, and then slowly walk up to the top of the mat to meet your palms. Staying in this forward fold Uttanasana, we're just going to hang here for a bit, like your arms are wet spaghetti, feeling the heaviness of your head, of your whole torso, but the release in your lower back and your hamstrings. Making sure you have a nice bend in the knee, we're going to grab the opposite elbows and just hang. Hang here, let everything just work its magic. Let everything work its magic, and let gravity just pull you down. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then starting to sway from side to side, releasing the lower back. Keep breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Feeling yourself melt further and further. When you're ready, just slowly as you can roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up to standing. I'll take a moment here to take a step to the top of the mat. Feeling the groundingness in your feet, roll the shoulders back and feel the stability through your feet. Notice where your heels are, where your balls of your feet are, where your toes are. Feel each toe ground into the mat. Then we're going to interlace our fingers and pull your fingers away from your chest, opening your chest. Looking up to the sky, not kinking your neck at all, just looking up to the sky and having that nice opening through the chest. And then exhaling and inhaling, letting go your palms and reaching up towards the sky. Your palms meet in the middle, and then rotate your palms behind your back, interlacing, pulling your chest out forward, breaking them apart and rising up. One more time, flowing down, interlacing, opening the chest, breaking your palms apart, and then rising your hands up to the sky. Bringing your palms down to heart center, Samasthiti. Going to find our stable mountain pose, Tadasana. Take a couple of moments just to find your groundingness. Find the space between your feet and the ground, and notice how you are feeling at this moment. We are going to do a couple of sun salutations to warm up the body. So finding your mountain pose, we're going to do sun salutation A. So on the inhale, we're going to rise our hands up to the sky, looking past our fingers, and then exhale, fold down, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands on shins, halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward, step your right foot back and then your left and meet in high plank. We're going to drop onto our knees and then slowly, with our elbows tucked in by our sides, lower down all the way to our bellies. From here, we're going to push up into baby cobra and then exhale, drop back down. Inhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back into downward facing dog. Feeling the stability through your feet and through your hands. Find your downward facing dog, setting your hips up to the sky. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then going onto your tippy toes, bending your knees, looking forward and slowly stepping up towards the top of the mat. Keeping the forward fold, we're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rising up to the sky. Exhale, Samasthiti here. We're going to do it a couple more times. So inhaling, rising up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on shins. Exhale, folding forward and stepping back into high plank. Now you can drop onto your knees, or you can keep your elbows by your side and go down into chaturanga. So lowering down, halfway. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, push back up into down facing dog. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then inhale, rise up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees. And then looking forward and stepping forward to the top of the mat. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Then inhale all the way up, rising to the sky. Exhale. Hands to heart center. We're going to find our stable mountain pose here. And from this pose, we're going to take a big wide step out to the long edge of the mat. So we want to go wider than our hips and make sure our toes are parallel. So facing towards the front. From here, we're going to have a nice bend in the knees. We don't want to hyperextend our knees. Our hands are going to go on hips. We're going to inhale, rising up, and then exhale, hinging from our hips, bending forward into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, relaxing down, letting our hands meet on the mat. Doesn't matter how far we go, it's no more advanced, it's no more better. Just go where your body allows you to go. Take a couple of breaths here, inhaling and exhaling, going deeper and deeper into the stretch. Releasing the tension through your hamstrings, your lower back, building flexibility. And now you can take your peace fingers and wrap your peace fingers around your toes, making sure your elbows are flaring out for a variation of this wide-legged forward fold pose. Making sure you are breathing. If you're not breathing, you can back off a little bit, finding your edge and relaxing. Making sure your head is heavy and your neck is long. Take a couple of breaths here. Feeling your whole body going towards gravity. And then bringing your hands back into center. Hands onto hips. Using the strength of your legs. Gently rise up halfway. Inhale. And then exhale all the way up. So from here, we're going to turn and pivot our feet and step towards the top of the mat again. So we're going to do a half salute here. So inhale, rising up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. So we're going to inhale and step our right foot back into high lunge. Holding here for a second and planting our right hand and opening up to our left side. Feeling that stretch through our chest and that nice deep twist in our spine. This increases mobility, flexibility, and strength, and it's really good for releasing tension throughout the whole body. So looking up to the hands if it's available, and then we're just going to come down, frame our feet, and then step all the way back up to the top of the mat, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, Samasthiti here, hands to heart center. Going to do this again on the other side, so rising up on the inhale, exhale, folding back down. Inhale, step the left foot back into a low lunge. And then planting the left hand and rising up, opening up onto the right side. Feeling that nice deep opening through the spine, through the shoulders, through the chest. Gazing up to your fingers if that's available to you. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. And then exhaling, lowering that right hand, stepping back into high plank, finding your stability. Wrists under shoulders. And then lowering down all the way down to the belly. Now from here, we're just going to push ourselves back into child's pose. Full Valasana. So knees are in closer together, forehead meets the ground, and your hands go by your side towards the back, palms facing up. Stay here for a couple of moments and just notice how you feel. Notice how you feel physically, how you feel mentally. Has anything shifted through this practice? Do you feel calmer? Do you feel that everything is going to be okay? Or maybe nothing changed at all, and that's completely okay. So have this time just to reflect and notice what's going on in this present moment. When you're ready, bring your hands by your sides and gently push yourself up. And we're going to find a seat. So legs go out in front of you, making sure our feet are activated so the toes are coming towards you. Your knees are slightly bent, maybe taking the flesh out from your sitting bones to find that grounding through your sitting bones. So on the inhale, we're going to rise up, hands to the sky, and then fold forward into a nice forward fold. Making sure we're hinging from the hips and not trying to fold from our back. Landing wherever we may land. Nothing is more advanced or better. It simply is. With each exhale, folding more forward, releasing the tension in your back, in your hamstrings. Inhaling and exhaling. When you're ready, just gently walk yourself back up. Then we're going to come back into a nice easy pose, seated position with legs crossed. We're going to rise up and we're going to find a nice easy twist. So left hand plants behind sitting bones, right hand crosses onto the right knee and finding a nice easy twist through the spine. Making sure we're not overextending our neck. We're just finding a nice position. Taking a couple deep breaths here and sinking more and more into the posture. And then on the inhale, we're going to rise back up to center, and exhale, place the opposite hand, opposite knee, finding the twist on the opposite side. Inhaling and exhaling, sinking more and more into the twist. And on the inhale, rising back up to the sky, taking our hands onto our knees, and then we're going to come down into our final resting pose, savasana. So finding our way back to our backs, lying on the floor, legs out wide, palms up to the sky, finding yourself in the most relaxed position you can think of, releasing any tension in your face, in your muscles. Let everything go. This is your time, your space, and your practice. So stay here for as long as you need. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed, and with gratitude, I say namaste.